Hello, my hummingbird friends. This is Miss Bressie. I'm going to read you a book about trees today and how they grow with all of their seeds and branches and roots and leaves. And we're going to read about this because this week there's a special day called Earth Day. And that's a day that we take care of the earth and we take care of nature and we take care of the trees and plants and animals that live and grow in nature. So I wanted to share a book with you about trees. Let's get started. This says trees. Here is the first page. It says, what is there hiding inside this spiky green husk? You see the spiky green thing on this page? It has something inside that crack. What is it? I'm going to turn the shiny page. Wow! It is a shiny brown chestnut. That is a great big seed that grew inside that shell from the tree. Let's take another look at the next page, see what it tells us. Over here. A chestnut is the seed of a chestnut tree. Slowly it grows and a tiny tree shoots up. So here's the tiny tree that came out of this fat little brown shiny seed. And here is what the tiny tree turned into after it grew for a long time. It has roots underground that reach down to find food and water. The food and water are what helped that tree grow so big. From this littlest beginning tree to this big grown-up tree. Do you guys see anything around the tree? I see a bunny and I see a birdie. I see lots of leaves on our big green tree. Here's the next page. At the end of winter, a bud will sit at the end of every branch. This is what a bud looks like. Let's see if there's something under the shiny page. Whoa! When the bud breaks open, the sun opens it and tiny leaves underneath uncurl. So these little leaves were under this bud covering and the sun opened it up. What does this page say? Oh, in spring, chestnut trees blossom. So the buds also grow some flowers. These pretty bluish flowers. And there's green leaves. And there's a butterfly nearby. What does it say under our shiny page? Oh my goodness. Those flowers turned into little green balls. The flowers grow into chestnuts. So the flowers had those little chestnuts in them all along. And they kept growing and they turned into the green balls again. What's on our next page? Let's check it out. It's summertime and the chestnuts ripen inside their green shells. After summer in the autumn, the ripe chestnuts fall to the ground. They take root and grow into new trees. What? Let's see. Oh my gosh, it's cracking open. What do you think is in there? It's another brown chestnut. First it was green, it got bigger and bigger, and then it became a brown chestnut under that shell. Hold on. Oh, it's autumn now. The tree leaf colors. Here I am. Keep getting stuck behind the page. The leaves change color before they fall off. So there's all the colorful tree leaves. This is what they looked like in the beginning. In the summer, they were green. What? Now they are red and orange and brown. And in the winter, the trees become all bare again. The leaves all fall off, and we can see branches, the tree branches. Here is a picture of birds up in the sky. Oh, it gives us some words about the tree. It says, trees are very big plants. Their branches, their bark, and their roots give food and shelter to many different animals. You guys see anything on that page? I see one thing. I see a bird and a bug. I'll put it closer. It's a dragonfly and a woodpecker. And that bird is making a hole in the tree. Let's turn the page and see what else we can see. Whoa! Inside where that woodpecker was, some tiny baby birds. So the woodpecker dug a hole in the tree, and there's baby birds in it. And then over here on this page, it shows bugs growing underneath the bark of the tree. And another bird who might live there too. Trees can help lots of animals grow and live in them. Here's our next page. Oh, look. It says, I'm going to turn my head a little. It says, look, can you tell which tree is which by their different shapes and colors? So this is a beech tree, and they can be very, very tall. This is a maple tree. They turn brilliant orange. That means they turn bright orange or yellow in the fall when the leaves change color. This tree is called a poplar tree, and they are pointy at the top. Tall and pointy. Willow trees. Oops, sorry. Willow trees are droopy. Their branches almost reach the ground. And a beech tree grows tall and has long, thin branches so that when the wind blows, it blows back and forth with the wind. Oh, here are a bunch of leaves on the trees and their seeds. That's a maple leaf, and that's what a maple leaf seed looks like. That's a chestnut leaf. That's a chestnut seed. The chestnut is the seed. This is an oak tree, an oak leaf from an oak tree, and it grows acorns. Sometimes when we were on our toddler preschool playground, we saw acorns outside. This is a hazel tree leaf. They grow nuts that you can eat. It's one kind of tree that grows a nut you can eat. It's safe to eat. Not all nuts are safe to eat, but hazel trees are. What is this last one? Let's see. A sweet chestnut has long, thin leaves. And this is what a sweet chestnut looks like. It's a little different from the other chestnuts we looked at. It's not as pokey on the shell. I'm going to back the book up now. Let's see, I think there's one more page for us to look at. Oh my gosh, these are pine trees. These guys don't lose their leaves. Their leaves don't turn color and they don't fall on the ground. They have green, pokey needle leaves all year round. They are called a cypress tree, a sequoia, a fir tree, a cedar tree, and an umbrella pine. The other kind, their seeds, the other thing that's interesting about them is they grow pine cones, and their seeds grow in the pine cones. So when their pine cones drop on the ground, the seeds fall out. We usually see lots of pine cones like this on our school playground. And I think that might be our last page. Look at this big green giant pine cone. It looks kind of like an egg. This is one last page. It shows us things you can make out of wood. If you ever cut down a tree, you can use the trunk and the branches that are made of wood, and you can make toys and even paper and books from the wood. The end. That was our book about trees. Something you could think about for trees is how you could help them grow. They need lots of dirt that has lots of bugs in it and lots of water, and that will help the seed break open and sprout up, and it'll keep growing and growing because it gets more water to eat or more water to drink and more food from the dirt, and soon it will grow into a big tall tree. Okay, that's the end of that story. I hope you guys thought it was interesting, and I will be recording more videos, and we'll see you soon during our classroom meeting. Bye, hummingbirds. Take care, my friends. I will see you soon.